This program is not made for kids. It includes swearing and mature themes that are not suitable for kids under the age of 13. Enjoy the fucking video.
This program is rated 14 plus and may contain mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Callan Station, on the Little Western Branch, has been in operation for many years. Because of this, Mr. Melvin decided it was time to overhaul the station and its tracks. Duck and the others didn't mind less traffic on the line, as it meant they could be rostered elsewhere. However, they knew that this meant the pack was coming, and when the pack came, George usually wasn't far behind.
No, if George shows his face in my branch, it's not gonna be pretty.
I'm slowly turning turnips, but here's George.
The other engines turned their eyes to Lorde Lucas in surprise. But then they realised he was new, so of course he didn't know everyone yet.
George is a steamroller who is technically owned and not owned by the Sodor Construction company. He roams around the island saying all these
anti-rail league stuff. I swear to you, Lorde Lucas, he's spending way too much time with Bulgy.
Ah, so I have to stay with the little wee red one.
Red one? Oh, you mean Buster. Oh, you can talk to him. He's a well-respected member of the pack and cares about us steam engines.
Hang on. What do you mean, stay well away from George?
Aye, are you helping with the renovations?
Indeed I am. I'm going to be helping take the supply and rubbish to and from the line.
Huh. I would have thought, with Clan Line being at the works again, you'd be relegated to private duties.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love me private duties, but that's a Clan Line job,
said Lorde Lucas, as he drifted off to sleep. Early the next morning, Lorde Lucas arrived at Callan Station bright and early, and was amazed. The amount of debris from the demolition work was rather impressive.
Oh, hello there. You must be Lucas, my bad, Lorde Lucas. I'm Miss Jenny, owner of Packard's SCC. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, ma'am. Glad to be here.
As you can see, there are temporary rails. That's because Lydia Hall will be bringing ballast from the Arsdale Railroad. All you need to do is bring tar and cement carts and help clear away the recycled trash.
Understood.
And Lorde Lucas began work. He enjoyed helping the pack, and had made firm friends with Alfie, Max, Jack, and the others. One afternoon, he couldn't help but overhear arguing from nearby.
You're going to ruin the paved road I just worked on!
But how am I going to get to the next spot I need to be in?
Use the rails since you're good buddies with those rotten engines!
George, go find something else to do and leave Buster alone.
But what about the...
No!
George reluctantly did as he was told.
So that was George. A wee bit rude.
Please, rude is a bit of an understatement. He's annoying to us, but a menace to poor Buster here.
I've been trying to mind my own business, but he seems to think he's the only steamroller on this island. What bothers me is that we can't seem to get along.
See,
then I think it would be best to stay away from him and focus on the work. Oh, and with the grain slugging, he says.
But that was easier said than done. Every day, Buster always seemed to find himself in some sort of argument with George. Whether it was about roads being ruined, or even just being friendly with the engine.
Enemies!
Morning to you too, George, you lazy mongrel.
Late one evening, as the pack began to clean up and go home, George was paving the last bit of road on the other side of the tracks.
George, don't forget to use the road to leave the site,
Buster called. But George took no notice.
Stupid brother! Doesn't even know what he's talking about. Going through the rails is quicker and easier, so why should the engines have all the fun?
Of course, George should have learned his lesson from the last time he'd done this. But soon afterwards, the rails were bent and broken.
Oh, you foolish steamroller. Look what you did. Miss Jenny's not going to be happy about this, you know.
But George didn't care. All he wanted to do was get back to his garage and not be bothered. The next morning, Lorde Lucas was heading down the line with the last of the supplies needed to finish building the station.
Maybe Mrs. Jenny should be aware of George and Buster. They're thinking towards each other,
he said to himself as he rattled along. Little did he know that trouble lay ahead. George hadn't warned anyone about the broken tracks. So unbeknownst to Lucas, the tracks at Callan were still destroyed. As he rumbled through the station, it happened.
Lucas, you alright?
No, I'm not. Why are the tracks destroyed?
George knew deep down it was his fault. However, he didn't want to get into trouble. If he did, Miss Jenny might send him back to the sawmill.
Uh-oh. It was Buster!
He called out. Miss Jenny was shocked.
Buster, this isn't like you. But you know the rules. I have to send you back to the construction yards.
But... I understand.
Hang on. I think Buster was with us.
Yeah, he was. I remember because Byron was shouting behind us because he was, and no offense, Buster, an overrated road hog.
It was in the heat of the moment, mostly.
So then if it wasn't Buster, who was the one who caused the accident then?
Everyone slowly turned their attention to George, who by now was slowly trying to get away.
George! Why am I not surprised? You know what? I've just about had enough of this. You're going to the Kildare Automobile Museum because you can't seem to work with a team, especially with another steamroller.
But... Drats! Stupid Jack in the Pack! And stupid brother! Stupid engines! Stupid everything!
It was a long time before things got back on track. But pretty soon, the Callan Station refurbishment was complete. That night, Duck arrived at the shed to speak to Lorde Lucas.
Good job on the reconstruction. And getting George fired.
Get upset about that.
But that's what was needed to happen. And that's because he doesn't see the reality in us steam engines. Railways are no good, he says. But look at where it got him. Rails are better, we say.
What on earth is wrong with this little western in the roads? Where have I started?